If indeed there is a reality beyond what I'm currently experiencing, or more of reality than I'm currently experiencing, then I want to be with, and I want to cooperate with, and I want to join with one who sees it and can help uncover it to me. I choose to be willing to yield to one who knows more. I am willing to acknowledge that I don't know it all. I'm willing to be the underdog and say, I need help, and mean it, and not be insulted by it. Now, read that sentence again.
By being united, this mind goes out to everyone, even without the awareness of the miracle worker himself.
Indeed.
The impersonal nature of miracles is because the atonement itself is one, uniting all creation with their creator. As an expression of what you truly are, the miracle places the mind in a state of grace. The mind then naturally welcomes the host within and the stranger without.
Indeed.
When you bring in the stranger, he becomes your brother.
This is the good news. This is, quote, the way it works, unquote. And this is the way it works spontaneously. Continue.
That the miracle may have effects on your brothers that you may not recognize is not your concern.
And the only time it would concern you is if you were wanting to be able to take credit for it. If you wanted this to be a personal miracle, or a miracle at your personal hand. Continue.
The miracle will always bless you.
Yes. But you won't discover that until you extend the miracle. And you cannot extend a miracle so that you can get a blessing. It's not give to get. It's give because that's your function. And when you are fulfilling your function, you feel whole. And that's what you get, is the experience of feeling whole. You get fulfillment when unselfishness is practiced, when you're not on your mind anymore. Then you, fulfilled, will be on your mind. Continue. Oh, I'm sorry. Question over here.
I just wanted to ask if many years ago, before I knew anything about the Course or miracles or that sort of thing, when I functioned as a nurse...
But let me say this. The way things work is the way things have always worked, whether there was a Course or not. Yes, continue.
There were
I'm really saying that for everyone else.
There were several times when working as a nurse that I felt like what you're describing here, but I didn't have word for it. I just felt like I all of a sudden knew what the right thing to do was, only it didn't come from me.
Yes.
It came from guidance. And the most, I was watching to see what was going to happen every bit as much as anybody else, because it wasn't coming from me. And I understand about that feeling wholeness, because I can vividly remember every time that happened.
Yes.
So many of them. And so that is what you're talking about.
That is exactly what I'm talking about.
Those are really quite wonderful.
Yes.
Where was this?
Miracles you are not asked to perform have not lost their value. They are still expressions of your own state of grace. But the action aspect of the miracle should be controlled by me because of my complete awareness of the whole plan.
Now, what this is saying is that miracles that you perform that I did not ask you to perform have not lost their value. They are still expressions of your own state of grace. But the action aspect of the miracle should be controlled by me because of my complete awareness of the whole plan. Continue.
The impersonal nature of miracle-mindedness ensures your grace, but only I am in a position to know where they can be bestowed.
As you allow me to select the place for miracles to happen, you will, as if by osmosis, begin to feel why the selection was made. But it is only through a continued yielding to my guidance where the opportunity for this experience to occur can happen over and over and over again. Only in this way can you learn how to distinguish where the miracle is to be extended. So I encourage you not to decide where a miracle is needed very often, because that will deprive you of the opportunity to wordlessly and thoughtlessly begin to feel, and thereby learn when and where a miracle is to occur.
Decision and spontaneity would be exclusive of each other. I couldn't have the miracle be spontaneous if I was making any kind of a decision about it.
That is correct. A miracle would not be impersonal if a personal decision were employed.
So therefore, does it follow that when a miracle happens spontaneously, it comes from you?
No. but it will have come from one of the brotherhood who is likewise not interposing a personal sense of authority or self into the process. In other words, one of the brotherhood who is awake and who himself or herself is yielding to the Father's will. Does that answer your question?
I can't even imagine of a miracle coming through my own decision. I mean, I think just me entering into it with a decision negates the possibility of a miracle happening.
This is excellent.
Do you see what I mean?
That is sanity.
Well, I mean, being in the healing arts, every time something happens where somebody spontaneously has a remission, I mean, it's as big a surprise to me,
Indeed,
as it is to them, and they look at me like, "Wow, you really did something," no, I didn't. Oh, yes, you did. Oh, no, I didn't.
exactly. And yet you know you were involved.
In some way, yeah. I mean, it was like I was the conduit through which it flowed, but that's it. It's just like the road is the highway which the car moves down.
Yes.
But not anything more than that. So when you're talking about when you decide, that to me isn't even plausible. So what do you mean when you say when you decide where a miracle is to happen?
If you have a loved one who is ill or who has suffered an injury, you will pray for them. You will ask for a miracle.
I see.
You will provide a guideline, you might say, for where the miracle is to occur and who deserves it.
I see.
You can ask for what you want, but I would end your prayer with, "Nevertheless, Father, thy will be done."
You can't always get what you want, but if you try real hard, you get what you need.
I have a question.
Yes.
Okay, so from the past weeks, I'm getting the idea of seeing a need in my brother and responding. But that response has to be spontaneous. It can't be a decision. I mean, a subtle distinction in our experience from where we are now between a decision and a realization.
Well, what is your response to your brother's need? Your response is to be, "Father," see, you momentarily step aside from the brother in need. You turn to the Father. "Father, what is the truth here? Father, what is needed here? Holy Spirit, is there anything I am to do? Father, what is my appropriate response?" You can ask any of these questions. You turn to God and inquire, wanting to know the truth, wanting to know the truth that will heal, wanting your mind to be infilled with purity and clarity. Then you are miracle ready. And then you will learn what to say or what to do. Then the response will be revealed to you.
You and the awakened brotherhood don't have a moment of stopping and asking. I mean, you just know each moment because you're not in a process of shifting out of decision making.
Exactly.
Sometimes that happens to me, where there'll be time where I know step to step what to do without needing to stop and specifically ask. It's all just apparent for a while.
That is correct. Okay. Continue.
Miracles are selective only in the sense that they are directed towards those who can use them for themselves.
This is a very key point. It's like it's like if you have a telephone, you're likely to get a telephone call. Does that make sense? When Paul is willing to listen, I speak to him and he hears me. When Paul is not choosing to listen, I speak to him and he doesn't hear me. So, when there is a willingness to hear, you are likely to hear something. Miracles are selective only in the sense that they are directed towards those who can use them for themselves. You might say those who are receptive to the experience. Continue.
Since this makes it inevitable that they will extend them to others, a strong chain of atonement is welded.
You see, it's called a just a moment. It's called conservation of energy. What works, the way things work, is always utterly simple, but it always has maximum results. If you are receptive, if you are listening, you are likely to hear. When you hear, you are likely to be moved. A shift of perception is likely to occur. And when that happens, you are naturally inclined not to keep your mouth shut about it, and you are inclined to share it. And so the way things work uses a minimum of energy with a maximum of benefit, and it's utterly simple. So, since this makes it inevitable that they will extend them to others, and the others will respond in the same way and extend it on, a strong chain of atonement is welded. It's utter, simple common sense. And the way things work divinely is utter, simple common sense. It's not otherworldly. It's not miraculous. And it's because it's such utter, simple common sense that it's easy for each of you to abandon your commitments to your misperceptions. You see what I'm saying? What I'm saying is that none of this is set up difficultly. Okay, continue.
However, this selectivity takes no account of the magnitude of the miracle itself, because the concept of size exists on a plane that is itself unreal.
Yes.
May I ask a question? Is that like what Judy was talking about? She had this encounter with a drunk, and it seemed like just a little thing, but the repercussions of that encounter may reverberate through the universe. Is that
Indeed.
Is that what we mean by? So we see it as, well, that was no big deal, but the ramifications could change the world. So is that what this talks about as far as size is concerned?
That is exactly correct.
Thank you.
And let me just say that if you're not seeing the kingdom of heaven because you're sitting in the middle of it with your eyes all squinched up, it obviously isn't going to take much to wake up, in the sense that opening your eyes up is not a laborious act. So the act of opening up your eyes will not seem miraculous, even though it will transform your entire experience of being, period. You might say it will change you forever. But the magnitude of the act of opening up your eyes is inconsequential. Continue.
Since the miracle aims at restoring the awareness of reality, it would not be useful if it were bound by laws that govern the error it aims to correct.
Indeed. Simple again. The rules, the structures of your misperceptions are as illusory as your misperceptions, and cannot govern the event of the miracle or its outcome. Do you have a question?
So I can't choose to love someone. I can't make a decision to love someone. That has to happen spontaneously.
Loving someone is not a miracle. It's a function. It's your function. You cannot choose or decide what a miracle is going to be or where it needs to happen. You must choose to love. Because not loving is an act of self-denial and self-hate that you will unavoidably suffer from. The only way you will love is to choose to be love. When you are awake, it will not be a choice. But right now, when you are engaged, all of you, when you are engaged in having a private, separate experience, separated experience of being, where where the meaning of love has been lost to you, you do have to make a choice. Just like you have to make a choice between the voice for fear or the voice for God. You have to make choices and then make commitment to those choices so that you undo established habits that keep you blinded to your function and keep you blinded to who you are and keep you blinded to the fact that you're sitting right in the middle of the kingdom of heaven, calling it, quote, the world, the place where the human condition is experienced.
When the choice seems to be a struggle, then there's reason for joy because we know we're close to breaking through some habit or barrier that's been there for a while. Like Ken was describing. And
yes, it means that you are engaging in that which is truly weakening to the ego and your bondage to it. Yes.
commitment's my commitment, and consistently requesting help from you and my guide and the Father. Those are the best ways to approach that problem.
Absolutely, yes. Okay. Yes.
You just mentioned structures that we believe in. I see that as the way we define in our minds everything out there and how we should behave toward it.
That is correct.
And where I'm going is I want to know the best way out of that. Is that just not to know? I've been reading Glenda Green's book, so just not really to know anything and just keep trying to get in touch with our own heart, with the real part of us.
You must be willing to invalidate what you think you know so that there is an empty space in which the Father can insert the truth. And the best way to make the space invitingly empty is to say, Father, what is the truth here? When you do that, you are providing a space that you're not filling up before the Father can fill it up.
Okay.
Now, this has nothing to do with saying, I am really stupid. It's not a statement about yourself at all. Other than that, you are choosing to join with someone other than yourself and partner with that other one from here on.
Right. Good.
Yes.
Thank you.
You are welcome. And this is where we will end tonight. I want to say once again, Virginia, let me see the whites of your eyes. Pat? I love all of you. Pass it on.